Hello, everybody. That is Prashaun. I am Nerfherder,
Yes.
and we are about to snap. Today's episode is brought to you by Orange Starburst, the official flavor of people I don't trust. But yeah,
Gotcha.
we got a good show today.
All right. At least it's not yellow. I think yellow is like the worst flavor of Starburst.
Definitely interchangeable. If you say that's your favorite flavor,
I can't trust you.
yeah, you're not my friend. Lose my number.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna cover the patch, Cannonball, the disappointment, and then go over War Machine. So yeah, let's jump in with the first topic, the patch. All right, before we get into the patch, Prashaun, I forgot to ask how you're doing, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Ah.
Same old, same old.
Right.
How about yourself?
Stay out of my personal life, Prashaun.
Okay, sorry. Let's change the subject.
Okay, yeah, let's just get into the patch. Captain Marvel is the first card up that they changed. It used to be a 4/4, now it's a 4/5. How you feeling?
Pretty good about that one. I still don't think people will play her, to be honest. But it feels good that they're making that change. I think it's okay. I think we've all complained and wanted her to be
to go back.
To go back, and I'm pretty sure no one's gonna play her still. So
yeah, I've tried her out. I mean, have you tried playing her in like the tempo, like Elsa Bloodstone type move stuff?
Yes, because I think I had like an old like Shuri, like Kitty deck, and I had her in it
too.
with Vision and Jeff and Nightcrawler and all that. And I don't know, it still loses sometimes, but.
So when I was looking, I did the same thing. I tried the old Silky Smooth, dumb deck name, but I tried that out, and I was like, really, this card was that good when it was a 4/5? Because you're playing it now, and you're like, this kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah, like you need maybe Shuri with it. Maybe she needs to be a 10 with Shuri, but I don't know.
Even with Elsa, and it goes up to a 4/7, at the end of the game, you're still like, okay, this is kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah, it was weird. I expected that to be way more impactful than it was. And maybe the decks have just gotten so much better, the meta's in a different place, but
I think the power creep is definitely caught up.
Yeah, something. Yeah, power creep, or it's not the right meta, but it's definitely disappointing.
Yeah, like if you think like Zabu, if you play Zabu, there's so many other 4-cost cards you would rather play than Captain Marvel.
I tried that too.
Yeah, like, and then since we have Cole out, he's a 10, and then we have Mockingbird. Like, there's so many different options with more power that could get out just as early as she can. So,
yeah, I definitely tried like the Darkhawk Zabu thing, and I was just kind of forcing her into there, and I was like, why am I doing this? Just Cole City and Miss Marvel and like Iron Lad are just better. But yeah, it's Captain Marvel. I mean, it's still fun if you guys want to play like the tempo deck. If you guys want to play the tempo deck with like Kraven and Captain Marvel, it's not terrible, but it's also underwhelming. All right, next change is Apocalypse. What? Why the fuck did they change Apocalypse? It's now a 6-base power.
She's still strong though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. Right? They're trying to attack all these like discard decks, but it doesn't matter.
What? I usually do shorts when patches come out. I didn't record one yet. That just makes fun of every change. And my joke for this one was like, oh, thank God, because that oppressive discard meta we've been in, where like I keep losing to Apocalypse. Thank God it's over. What?
My thing is, I think if they made a change to Dracula, I think that would change discard.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know what that change would be. But like, if you're able to, if it procs before the game ends and you're able to Shang-Chi it.
Well, I mean, it's a totally different card then.
Yeah, but, if you're able to Shang-Chi it at the end of the game, or like even what's his name, Shadow King it. Like if it procced before the end of the game, I think that would be a game changer.
Right, like at the beginning of last turn, or I don't know. But
yeah,
I mean, they're never going to do that, so it's pointless to think about that.
Maybe.
Yeah, they cite that discard has moved from the middle of the meta game to the top of the meta game, and I mean, I don't understand. There's been so many different decks that have like reigned at the top of the meta for so long, and they get changed like I don't know. I just feel like this is a very like hair trigger response.
But the crazy thing is like you added technically two good discard decks or cards, and then you reworked Meek and you made him better. So what do you expect?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, didn't you want this?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're like you said when I first brought up the change, it doesn't really matter though, really. Like when you hit it with Lady Sif and a blade, and then it discards at the end of the game, it's still
and MODOK.
18 power, and MODOK, So your Dracula being the difference between like 18 and 24 seems like a lot, but usually your Dracula is going to solo that lane anyway, so whatevs.
Doesn't matter.
All right, moving on. The Mind Stone. It costs 2 now. I don't know what to think about this. What do you think?
I don't think it matters either, to be honest.
Yeah, that was my first instinct. I was like, oh wow, but does it really change anything?
No.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy too, because I think I got like Time Stone on turn 1, and then I just played it, and then I got like my Mind Stone from the Time Stone. I was like, oh, it's still a 1 cost, and I just played the Mind Stone.
Sure,
with like Space Stone and got a bunch of cards anyways. I'm like, all right, this does not change Thanos at all.
Yeah, because the strength about the Mind Stone is like having it in your opening hand basically, and being like, you can guarantee that like the ball's going to get rolling in that game. So I think the difference between playing it on turn 1 or 2 is like not really relevant. No. But I guess you could say it stops Mockingbird from being super duper charged. Like it's 1 extra turn basically, right?
Right, and I think it sort of stops Cole too in a way. A little bit,
yeah. You
it's
can't do like turn 5 Cole Mind Stone or something.
Yeah, like you have to play another stone besides Mind Stone to get Cole off. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, he doesn't count as a 1-drop now.
Yeah, it's a 2. Yeah, sure. So it's sort of weird in that aspect. I think you're slowing that down a bit, but it really doesn't change the game.
Yeah, I mean the deck's still super good. Yeah.
And the cards coming out later like make it even strong. Like everything just fits in Thanos.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the nature of Thanos. I don't remember if we talked about it last week, but like a Zoo card comes out, it's good in Thanos. A Lockdown card comes out, it's good in Thanos. It doesn't matter what style of the card is, it's good in Thanos.
Yeah.
But yeah, if a nuclear holocaust destroys the world, the 3 things that are left will be Twinkies, cockroaches, and a Thanos deck.
Oh yeah, for sure. The stones just glimmering.
Next change is Psylock. It's back to a 1 power. How you feel about this one, dude?
Doesn't matter either, to be honest. You're playing it so early in the game where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It's a buff for Mr. Negative decks, but I guess you could say that for any loss in power.
Yeah,
for any card.
It doesn't like like if it's a big card, yes, it's a game changer. Like Apocalypse, maybe because you're losing 2, but I don't know. But this is too early in the game. Doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah, no one was playing her out for 2 power.
No,
it's just not why you were doing that. What do they say about it? Psylocke's use has become restricted to almost exactly Thanos. Sure. Given we're looking for some ways to shave strength away from Thanos in the current metagame. Yeah, well, that's not the way, but okay.
No, doesn't matter.
Next card, Adam Warlock. Skip.
Yeah, it doesn't matter either. Like, why? Yeah. Like, no one's still gonna play him.
All
right, like, he'd have to be like I would say like a 2-3 or something for him to be cool.
That's really good then. That's just a strictly better crystal.
Right.
Yeah. But it's still trash.
Like, the point of him is actually to try to get card draw. But you're never gonna get card draw with this card.
No, I get. They do bring up the point here. They say we believe the design could go to 6 power easily, but one of the archetypes we're interested in here is Cerebro 5. And I mean, I guess I haven't personally tried it, but I could see playing Adam Warlock out on turn 5 and then just needing that 1 more draw to get your Cerebro in your hand. But come on, that's such a niche use.
Right, and then come on, second dinner. Who's gonna play C5? Like in this meta, come on.
Yeah. And also the strength of C5 is the fact that you don't even need to draw Cerebro and it's still good.
Yeah.
So,
but still,
yeah.
I don't know for that niche of a deck for Adam Warlock. Like, come on.
Nah. All right, and then the big ones that everyone has been messing around with on the ladder today. Basically, all the Guardians of the Galaxy got changed. I'll just go over them real quick. Rocket now is 1 power plus 4. Star-Lord is just straight up plus 4. Groot is now 3 power plus 4. Drax is now a 5 power plus 4. And Gamora is an 8 base power plus 4. How you feeling about all these? Have you tried them yet?
Yeah, good change. I think it's a solid change.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think like Groot's still awkward. Rocket is too much of a gamble. Like I legit played against someone that used all Guardians against me and missed every single time. And I screenshotted it.
Yeah, if you're gonna try this out this stuff, listeners of the show, don't just first of all play it with some reason to predict where the opponent's gonna play. Either play Nebula or Jean Grey or Storm or Professor X, so you can have a good idea where the opponent's gonna play. And the other tip I would give is don't play Rocket Raccoon on turn 1. It's just not a turn 1 play. No,
it's not.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's like how Mantis was. You don't just play Mantis on turn 1.
Yeah, Rocket's like a turn 4 or 5 play with like Star.
Seems like all the Guardians have been touched except for Nebula.
Yeah, she's technically a Guardian, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right. I guess in the comics no, but in the MCU, yeah.
True. Yeah.
But I don't know. They're solid. I mean, if you play, I've run into like at least a dozen lockdown strategies today.
Yeah, I've been playing it in lockdown for the most part.
Yeah, and that's all right. But you know what's weird is like that deck used to be so oppressive, and you play it now, and it's just like even if you lock stuff down, you still aren't guaranteed to win.
Yeah, it's still not enough.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I was playing it. I was playing W's deck. I was playing like a variation of it, and it still wasn't enough at times. It's like, this is not enough power.
Yeah, super bizarre. Like multiple games where you have a Storm lane and then you have like a Nebula and your Star-Lord hits, and they still like get in there somehow. And I'm like,
I used to be able to just play if I had like Nebula, Storm in my hand, I would just snap.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then if I had like Nebula, Storm, and Elaheh in my hand, I would just snap.
Yeah, but now it's like you're probably not even 40% chance of winning. Yeah.
Yeah, like they play a Vision on the board, and it's like, oh crap.
Right.
Like everyone's playing Vision.
Yeah, and just everything ruins that gameplay nowadays. It's sort of weird.
That's the card that should have been like nerfed.
Vision?
Yes. It's in so many decks, I feel.
You think it would get played just as much with like 7 power like it used to be?
I think it will be played, but I think like that power shave does enough.
It's weird how like you're saying, I'm not saying like you're wrong, but I mean it's weird how like, oh, you shave 1 power off of Vision, its play drops drastically, but you add 1 power to Captain Marvel, it's still not good enough. Why is that?
But Vision's more flexible, I feel. Because Vision, you can move him if you're playing Hope Summers, you could play him on 4, and you have
5
or on 4.
No, because on 4 you haven't.
Oh no! Sorry. My bad. Yeah. Psylock. So if you play like Psylock, you could play him on 4, and then like you have enough room to move him around enough times where like your opponent doesn't know what's going on.
It's the psych out too.
Yeah.
People see a Marvel on the board, they can account for where it might go.
Right.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just funny where it's like 1 power on certain cards is like, oh, it's drastic, and on other cards it's like still fucking sucks.
Pretty much.
Gamora, it honestly has not changed the card whatsoever.
No.
And then as far as Drax goes, I still think Drax is not good enough, like at all.
So are you a Jessica Jones type of person or a Drax person?
Neither. I'm like a Negasonic or Juggernaut person.
Okay, all right.
If I have the option of doing like something to the lane, like on turn 4 after I try to lock it down, I go for like the super cheese dick stuff.
Okay, all right, cool.
But I think Drax needs to be like 10 power, like a 4/6 plus 4 minimum.
Ooh.
I mean, come on. Cole Obsidian's easier to activate.
True. Yeah.
Drax is harder to activate and it's not as good. What the fuck?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
And then Groot's just it's
Groot's
a weird
Groot.
cost, I think.
Yeah, it's just an awkward cost that you don't see him that often.
Yeah. Because playing it on turn 4 is just kind of like, why don't you just play Drax or something instead? But on turn 3 is when you want to start locking stuff down.
Yeah, and then I feel with like Zabu in the game, like it makes you want to play your 4s.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, those are the changes. I think we said this last week. Half of the changes, you're like, cool, yeah. I mean, good train of thought there. And then the other half, you're like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, do you?
No one asked for this,
game?
and yeah, like, what are we doing, man?
Oh, it's data.
Every OTA, they're gonna change Warlock by 1 power, and then a random card.
Yeah,
and everyone's gonna be like, what? Oh, real quick before we get into Cannonball, I wanted to talk about the customization option thing. This is the best change in the game, I think, for like quite a while. I'm obsessed with getting all my cards to have the same border.
Oh yeah, it's weird. It feels like the gold border is the best border for almost every card.
Yep.
Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I have a new obsession: is getting gold background with gold border on everything now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
if
like
I
don't
feel
have
like,
it,
once I have this inked, like what like border should I use? And I'm like, oh, gold's like the best one.
It just looks the coolest.
Yeah,
it's the most fancy.
And then everyone's like logo matches it.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's see.
For the most part,
even the ones that don't, it gold.
Still looks good. Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, so that change is super dope. But yeah, let's get into Cannonball.
Let's do it.
I'll just start. we talked a lot of shit about Cannonball.
Oh yeah, we did.
Like, everyone's so stupid. They're underrating this card.
Yeah, and then I look at my YouTube views and no one cares about this card at all. I'd run a poll and it's like only like 10% of people actually got the card. So
yeah, so I'll take an L with grace. I'll take an L with grace. Fucking Cannonball's it's not a good card.
Like he's cool. He's cool to meme. Like it's cool for it to go off. But other than that, like when you see like a blob in a location, you know it's gonna be a rock.
Start rubbing your hands together like Birdman.
Yeah, like it's like if it's a blob, you know you're not gonna lose the game. But if it's anything else, like it's like a 50-50.
Yeah, basically, if you don't have, what I've been trying is Dr. Octopus, because I found if you don't have Professor X down or one of their lanes is full already, then it's a bad card almost, like bad, actively bad. Because you're just bopping it into another lane,
right?
And you still might lose,
especially on turn 6.
Yeah, right. Especially on turn 6. Yeah, so I've been trying Dr. Octopus with Cannonball and Professor X.
So have I.
Made it. Yeah. Have you found that made it better?
Yeah, it made it a lot better. I think I'd probably post a deck soon, a video on it soon.
Yeah. Well, I'm hesitant to do that now because you said your Cannonball video's bombed.
Well, I'll do it anyways, just for me.
Sure. I don't know. Sometimes I don't I haven't posted a lot in the past 2 weeks because if I make if I start to record a video and I'm just like, this isn't fun, I just stop recording.
True.
Even though I probably
or it's like the opposite. Like I'm recording. Like I'm kicking ass, and then like I'm like, all right, let me stream, and then like I go on stream, and I like lose 10 games in a row in front of like 100 people, and I'm like, oh, I'm actually good at this game.
I promise. That's another rule of nature, dude. What is it? We have 3 rules of nature on the show now. We have farts are funny. You always suck when you start streaming.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I know the apocalypse thing. Like Thanos will be there.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys got Cannonball because of us, when before we started that episode, so before we started that episode, Prashaun talked me into saying the card was good. So send all your mail to Prashaun, go on his YouTube videos, comments, and just tell him how you feel. And it was all his fault.
And I'll heart it that way I don't see it again.
But yeah, I can't believe you did that, Prashaun.
Yeah. I don't know. He's okay in lockdown. if you could lock things up, yes, he's good. But besides that, you might as well play Shang-Chi instead of Cannonball.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, it's weird that like everything goes right in the game, and you're still kind of like, I guess I'll play this card.
Yeah.
It sort of felt like if you don't have Elaheh, it's like, I guess I'll do this, and you still wouldn't guaranteed win.
Right. Yeah.
I even tried it in like Craven type move decks with Hope Summers and stuff like that.
Yes, I did that too.
Yeah, it didn't work out either.
No.
What other decks could we possibly be missing?
You might be able to put it in Galactus.
Yeah, but then he's just, once again, he's just like Elaheh. It's like your backup Elaheh, which you don't want to use.
But you just bop the card and the card's gone. It just turns into a rock regardless.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it's best in Galactus, but Galactus honestly sucks. I don't know. I never lose to Galactus.
Well, it's like obvious.
Yeah.
The Galactus deck is obvious, if anything.
The only time I ever lose to Galactus is when Project Pegasus goes off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it. And somehow they always have it.
Yeah, it's like Project Pegasus. They either play Galactus, a freaking Infinite on one, or Professor X in a random
and with
way.
Nebula behind it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we can move on from Cannonball, another great disappointment in my life, to War Machine.
Yes.
I think we feel differently about this card, so lead us off with War Machine, dude. How you feeling about that one?
I think it's a good card. I think this is the card everyone's actually waiting for.
Yeah.
So, I think since like Cannonball goes in lockdown, or should be going in lockdown, this is the opposite, where it just goes anywhere you want.
Does it though? Why are people so hyped about this card?
I think I don't know if we don't know how it works.
No, we do.
Well, can't you like play Infinite or something? You could play Infinite and you could play what's his name? Ebony Maw.
Yeah, you can. According to the devs, you can, yeah. Which
is weird.
I guess it's weird, but it's removing all restrictions from playing cards. So
what about Giganto?
Yeah, you will be able to play those to the middle and the right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, this card's OP.
You think?
Just talking about all of that's crazy.
Yeah.
Does that change you? That sway you a little bit or no?
No, I mean, I knew it did that already. But I'm not saying this card's bad, but I think people are treating it like the next Thanos or something. Where it's just
it's not the next Thanos.
Yeah, I feel like people are acting like this is going to reshape the meta.
I think it's just like a win condition.
Yeah. What kind of decks are you thinking for? Just like Zabu decks that just happen to have like Ebony Maw and Infinite?
I'm thinking lockdown, but like purposely locking something down that I'm losing and then knowing I can fill it later.
Sure. I mean, that after the first week, though, because the first week you're not going to be able to win doing that at all. Everyone's going to be
right because everyone's going to be playing it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. Maybe Thanos, but use it as like a tech card. I honestly don't know. I was thinking about lockdown, Professor X, Storm, and then just playing War Machine randomly and then getting my cards where.
See, this is the problem though. I'm like everyone's hype about this card. And they're saying it's crazy, and then as soon as I'm like, well, where do you play it? You're like, I don't know. I think that was the problem with Cannonball too. When Cannonball came out, I was like, oh, this is gonna be sick. It's like a Shang-Chi. It swings the lane. And then when it came out and I started putting it in decks, I was like, this doesn't go anywhere.
No, it doesn't. Or there's better cards that do the same thing.
Yeah, so I feel like War Machine's gonna have like a lot of like, well, what do I actually do with this? My best guess for the card is you just go like a Zabu Darkhawk deck, where your fours are like War Machine, Iron Lad, Cold Obsidian. You play 3 1-cost cards, and they are like Nebula, Ebony Maw.
Huh? Anywhere too? Technically?
Yes. So I think it's going to make one deck. That's what I'm trying to say is like, I don't think this just goes into decks. Because the 4/6 is not that great. It's just not.
No. You definitely need like Zabu, maybe like Jubilee, and then Iron Lad to maybe cheat him out if you don't see him in your hand.
Yeah, and I mean, just his stats are not great. So if you don't actively abuse his ability, he's not a good card. So, so yeah, I'm thinking the only play, like, the deck's going to end up looking like Ebony Maw, Nebula, Nightcrawler, I'm guessing. and then like Jeff and I don't know, Jeff and Zabu, and then whatever 3-drop you want to run, probably Rock Slide. All right, you know, let's switch that up. Darkhawk deck. All right, here we go. Ebony Maw, Nightcrawler, Korg. 2-drops. Zabu, Jeff. 3-drop, Rock Slide. 4-drop, Coal Obsidian, War Machine, Iron Lad, Miss Marvel.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking Miss Marvel or Shang.
5-drop, yeah, or Shang. Yeah, I'm not that guy though. I don't put Shang in my deck unless I have to. And then 5-drop Darkhawk, 6-drop Infinite.
Yeah,
that's
works.
Like super balanced, right?
Yeah.
But I think I'm not saying that's the deck that's gonna be it, but like I think outside of a deck that like he's specifically good in, I don't think he's gonna be like everyone's like, oh, he turns everything into Jeff. I don't think
but just for a turn.
Exactly. So I don't know. But yeah, people are excited about this card. I'm not. I think it's gonna be good, but I don't think it's.
But if you don't have them, like if you don't have them in your hand and you're stuck with like Ebony Maw and Infinite, like you're screwed.
You got a shit hand if you don't draw him that game.
Yeah, like you're screwed.
But you know, on the flip side, you draw him and, like you said, you get to play Infinite, Ebony Maw, and Coal Obsidian wherever the hell you want.
Yeah, that's insane, and Giganto.
So maybe yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But Lockdown Strategies, we were just talking about how they like just weren't cutting it just a minute ago. I think they really aren't going to cut it anymore.
No.
Because everyone's going to be playing this for a week. Don't put Storm or Professor X in your decks for like a week straight.
No.
Yeah.
Not
You'll
at
get
all.
your fucking cheeks clapped.
And Storm is horrible right now too with all these Thanos decks.
Yeah. I feel like every time I Storm, it gets Reality Stone or Magicked.
Yeah.
Or I'm just like, God damn it. I've actually haven't played a whole bunch this past week. Not because I'm like, oh, this game's annoying now, but just because I don't know about you, but if I don't have a deck where I'm like, I just really like playing this deck right now, then I won't play as much. And that's how I feel right now with the metagame.
Yeah, like I was playing Thanos because I think I have some like tournament matches or league matches just to practice. Yeah. And it did pretty well. I think I was like at 6,000. I went from 6,000 to like high 2,000s. And then I was like, I'm good. And I just started playing Conquest. But I think there's a lot of people that just reach Infinite because I went from like 3,000. I'm like back at like 7,000 in like a day. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, the first 2 weeks of the season, you can get like top 500 like pretty easily.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying if you guys are listening, if you're not in type 500, you're not trying. But for like the amount that me and Prashaun play, that is easy.
Yeah, like, well, technically, like, whenever I reach Infinite, I'm in, like, the top 400, 500, 600.
Yeah. And then the last week rolls around, and you barely move when you win a game.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it does. I guess my jam right now is just discard, and I don't think Apocalypse Change really matters.
No.
But if I, like, start playing Snap, like, in bed or I'm trying to go to sleep or something, I just play discard. Because it's my comfort deck. But yeah, and with the Thanos stuff that everyone's been doing, maybe I'm bad at the game, but I just don't seem to win as easily as everyone else.
I don't know. I think Thanos is like too easy.
You see, I don't find that. I mean,
it's
I like
Thanos
the
and discard for me that are just easy to play.
Yeah. But I'm not saying it's hard, but just for some reason, I seem to never have it when my opponents do. And maybe that's, a play style thing. That is one thing I've noticed in this game for people listening. If you guys like see a deck that's like 60% and the top players are using it, and you try it over and over and you're not good with it, it doesn't mean you're bad. It just means your playstyle might be so different than that, that you would do better with like, a destroy deck or a discard deck.
Yeah, typically like Safety Blade, he puts out really good decks, but when I play them, I suck. So
they're
usually,
weird. That's why.
Yeah, they're weird because his brain works differently than mine. So I usually switch out like 1 or 2 cards, and then it works perfectly for me.
Yeah, same. Yeah, like with the Thanos stuff going on right now, like I don't do Shang-Chi or Mobius and Mobius, and I just put like weird stuff in there, like Gladiator or Maximus. I like Maximus because it helps out with the Professor X lanes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'll do better with like bad cards than with the good cards everyone else is using.
Yeah, I think like in his Loki deck he had Sentinels in there, and I took the Sentinel out because I was like, this is too clunky. Like, I don't know when to play them or when not to play. Like, it's awkward.
I like Sentinel in Loki, because I'm doing Mockingbird in my Loki decks, so Sentinel's like pretty good with Mockingbird.
But I just feel like I fill up the lanes too quickly, or I don't know, it's just weird.
Yeah, it's definitely awkward. But on the flip side, I don't like the Cable and Mirage stuff.
I do.
See, I like having like Maria Hill, Agent 13, and Snowguard rather than like Cable and stuff like that.
I like Cable, Mirage. I have Maria Hill. I don't have Agent 13.
Yeah, you like stealing the opponent's deck and playing that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Loki's another good example. I'm not good with the deck. Even at the height of its power, everyone's like complaining about how good it was. I couldn't win with it. Like, I just couldn't.
Oh, wow.
But, you know, like I would load up like a fucking old school Destroy list and do better, so.
Yeah, Destroyer, that's what I played to get Infinite for the most part. It was old school Destroyer. And I worked on ladder.
Destroyer?
Yeah, Destroyer.
You mean like Spectrum Destroyer stuff?
No, just like Lockdown Professor X.
Yeah, ongoing Destroyer. Yeah,
just ongoing Destroyer, and I would just win.
Yeah, it's not bad. I lost to it earlier today. Just because of that, like last turn, you're like, are these fucks gonna Spectrum or are they gonna fucking drop an Orca or something? Yeah. All right, we had a question from, I don't know, last week or week before that we didn't get to answering that I wanted to answer because it was pretty interesting. Which energy cost has the best, worst drops? Now, I take it that this means like which energy cost in the game has like the most dog shit cards, but also the best cards. Do you have anything in mind, Prashaun?
Like off the top of my head, I would think like maybe 5s.
5, yeah.
Because 5 is just awkward to begin with. But you have like cards like Sarah that's pretty good. You have Vision that's pretty good. Like White Tiger works. Iron Man's pretty good.
Yeah, 5's pretty good, dude. I'm looking
maybe
through these
5 is
here.
Good. Maybe I'm naming like all the 5s right now.
Yeah, they're either cards that are absolute staples or you never see them. And Kang is there. So worst card in the game.
Oh yeah. Is Kang Kang's a 5?
Yeah, Kang's a 5.
Oh, he sucks.
Yeah,
I forgot. I forget what he is.
Let's just go look at every energy and see, and just actually answer this question. 6 drops. You have, let's see, what's the weakest 6 drop? Agatha. That's pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she sucks.
And then you got Dr. Doom on the other side. So yeah, 6 is up there. All right, what's 4? 4. Weakest 4 drop.
We got Warpath.
Yeah, I don't think it's as bad as Agatha though.
Namor.
And Namor, yeah. Let's see, what else is there?
Rescue Jessica Jones.
Nah, 4 is like the strongest in the game. Like the worst one is like Super Scroll.
True.
3 cost cards. Huh?
Is it 2s?
I don't know. We'll get there in a second. Let's see. 3 cost cards. What's the worst 3 drop? The worst 3 drop, Sabretooth, maybe?
Yeah.
What else is there here? There's
Is Punisher?
Yeah, Punisher, but honestly I would say Punisher's better than Sabretooth. And then the best 3 drop in the game? What is the best 3 drop? Gladiator, Surfer? Maybe?
Surfer? Gladiator, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not 3. That feels like not very polarizing. 2 cost cards. What do we got here?
I know Zabu's number 1.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Zabu and Jeff. Yeah, fuck 2s. We don't even need to look at 2s. All right, 1 drops.
But 1s are good too.
Yeah, the 1s are good too. The very worst one I would say is M'Baku. And if you're better than M'Baku, you're probably better than like Agatha and Kang. I mean, not as good as those. Sorry. Oh, I have an answer. All right, Anton was your name? Sorry, 1 second. Let me get your name correct. Antron07 at Twitter. I have an answer for you. This is a lame answer, and I'm sorry, but it's the correct one. It's 0. 0 cost cards have the best and the worst cards in the game.
Oh yeah, true. I was thinking about that too. Yellow Jacket sucks.
Yeah, you have Yellow Jacket, Wasp. That's it.
Yeah, they suck. I wonder if they'll add more 0 drops.
Hopefully, I think that would be really cool if they expanded into more of those.
Or more cards with no abilities. That would be interesting too.
Yeah. What costs are the no abilities? I think they're missing like 1 or 2, right? See, there's a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Never mind.
Yeah,
they have every cost.
Yeah.
What other card that has no ability could they even release?
I don't know. Anybody? I don't know. There's a bunch of characters in Marvel. They could just do it. Just add a random character.
Yeah, just double them up to have like some vanilla bullshit in here that you don't have to run Cyclops if you don't want to or whatever. That would be super cool. But yeah, to answer your question, Antron, it's 6 drops or 0 drops.
0. Yeah.
Because you don't get much worse than Agatha, and you don't get much better than Dr. Doom. So yeah.
Isn't that crazy that they made the Doombots 4s? That's wild.
It felt so bad too.
Yeah.
It was a bummer. Anyway, Dr. Doom's a weird card. Nobody ever bitches about Dr. Doom.
No.
But it's like objectively the best card in the game.
Yeah. Especially Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel too.
Yeah. I mean, Miss Marvel did need a change, but still, you never saw anyone being like, oh, fuck this card. I'm going to play Magic for a little while.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I guess it's just when a card does something annoying, no matter how good it is, that's when the hate really starts for cards.
Yeah, I think it's like Leech, Leader.
Yeah, all the cards that have historically been bitched about. Not really the best.
Elaheh.
Yeah, well, Elaheh is the best and also most annoying.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't think he's a problem anymore, though.
I think that's it, right? Those are the most bitched about cards.
Yeah, pretty much. They all got changed. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm gonna pause.
The Leech Leader meta was horrible. I think that was the most like annoying meta ever.
I don't think it was that bad. I got banned
like the Leech on 5 and then Leader.
Yeah, I don't think it was that bad. I did. I'm not gonna say I enjoyed it, but I got banned from Mult's YouTube chat because I said. This is what I said. He was like ranting about how Leader was dog shit for the game, and all I said was, actually, the stats on Leader aren't as good as you think. He only has about a 54% win percent when played. Banned. Fucking banned. But yeah, it's more about feelings than actual stats, honestly, though.
Yeah, I think you have the cards in Marvel Snap that just feel bad when they're played against you, and it feels so good when you get the other person.
Yeah. Yeah, being a dirty boy feels so good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You got anything else you want to talk about, Prashaun?
No, that's it.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, cool. Nice chatting. Thanks for everyone to listening. Prashaun, lead us out, dude.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. This week it's on Nerf's channel. Next week it's on mine. So yeah.
Cool. Later on, everyone. Thanks for listening.
All right. Peace.